Welcome to I Heart Star Wars so much. I'm Matthew Ribel and I heart Star Wars so much. There's a lot of talk on the interwebs these days about whether or not Disney should dial it back a little bit with Star Wars. The concern is that they're releasing too much stuff in the way of comics, books, apparel, toys, bedding, coffee mugs, makeup, and other various merchandise. Now, let's be honest, the odds of Disney dialing it back are about as non-existent as, say, a standalone live-action Cad Bane movie being made. Right, and now half of you just now were like, who? And the other half were like drooling and going into seizures with the mere thought of it. Since scaling back is so unlikely, I'd like to provide a positive spin on this potential problem? Star Wars fans are nothing if not diverse. I'm 37, I have a 2-year-old, I'm married, I live near Austin, Texas. I wasn't even in the group of people who saw the original trilogy in the theaters. I was born in 1980, the year Empire Strikes Back came out. So I grew up with the movies on VHS. But I likely fall into a category that most people would consider a typical Star Wars fan. But you know what else fits into the category of a typical Star Wars fan? 6-year-old girls who love princesses. 10-year-old boys who want to grow up to be like Kanan Jarrus, Jedi Knight. And 60-something-year-old grandpas who cosplay as Old Man Rex. And every other age group, completely disregarding gender, ethnicity, religious belief, or political affiliation. Star Wars is a culturally pervasive phenomenon. This means that Star Wars, just like the fictional universe it inhabits, is infinitely diverse. The content that makes up its stories, then, should be the same. And that means a ton of content. You might not appreciate all of it because Star Wars is for everyone, and that means that sometimes it can't be just about you or what you want. There's plenty to go around, just as there's always been, really, if you count all of the EU stuff before the Disney purchase. Did you consume all of it back then? Really? All of it? So what's different now? Since when do you let other people tell you what to like? Just because a bunch of haters want to deride Disney and Star Wars and it's not as good as it was before and they're ruining it and blah blah blah, I say f*** them. I heart Star Wars so much, and I love that there's so much different content to consume. I've had fans tell me that there's too much and they can't keep up with all of it, so why even try? To that I say, don't be f***ing stupid. You don't need to consume all of it. I mean, so much of it really is just peripheral. It's a bonus, it's extra. If you only watch the films, you'd be fine. I'd add in that I think you should also try and watch whatever TV shows they have going on. Currently would be Rebels, and then Clone Wars in the past. The simple fact that there's been so much content, and so much of it has been so good, barring the Aftermath series, but I don't want to talk about that right now. It really has been a great time to be a Star Wars fan. It's sort of like loving cake, and being able to have it pretty much whenever you want. And not just one type of cake, like multiple types of cake. Whenever. Star Wars is like endless cake, except it doesn't make you fat. Or fatter. Personally, I know I'd rather go get lost in the Star Wars universe than, say, watch more media coverage on the President of the United States. But maybe that's just me. Until next time, may the cake force be with you.